Did you know that it takes about 5 positives to outweigh just 1 negative in our minds? Yeah, so it's no surprise that we as humans tend to be quite hard on ourselves. Plus, as I always say, the devil is real, y'all. So when you find that you're self-flagellating or beating yourself up by way of doubting your abilities, questioning your decisions, maybe regretting things you've done, or just otherwise being unkind to yourself, it's time to go back to basics. So here are the ABCs and then some of cutting yourself some slack. Affirm, befriend, compliment, distract, educate, fool, and gather. Let's unpack those. So A is for affirm yourself. Speak kindness to yourself. Remind yourself that you're doing the best you can with what you have available to you in the moment. Remember that no one's perfect, so everyone makes mistakes from time to time. And remind yourself that you're not all bad, just like you're not all good, nor are your decisions or past behaviors. Encourage yourself to seek the resources you need to do, be, feel better, whether that's psychological, physical, financial, spiritual, or something else. B is for befriend yourself. We have this tendency to be our own worst critic, and we're generally harder on ourselves than we are on others, unless you're a narcissist, but that's a separate discussion. So I want you to BYOF, be your own friend for a moment. Ask yourself, what would I say to a friend who was beating himself up about something? And then say that kinder, more encouraging thing to yourself. Compliment yourself is C. Remind yourself of your good, positive, or otherwise meritorious qualities. They're in there. Remember the good you've done, either for yourself or for others, maybe how you've been kind or generous to people, maybe you've been helpful or encouraging to others at various points in your life. Now, if you struggle with this one, I want you to try really hard to bring to mind times that maybe others have complimented you or shared a kind word about you. D is distract yourself. Get busy doing something else to try to take your mind off the self-loathing for just a minute. Sometimes we can become addicted to negative thinking or self-loathing. Now, the rule in addiction is that if you can fight a craving for 90 seconds, it will generally pass. Now, don't misunderstand. Life may be lived in 90-second increments on some days, but hey, whatever it takes. You can do a few push-ups, drink a glass of water, say a prayer, call a friend, clean something, whatever. Have a pre-written list of distractions to refer to so that when your brain can't seem to think of anything other than fresh ways to beat you up, you have these lists of distractions you can engage. E is for educate yourself. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. So ask yourself what you learned from what happened. What mistakes were made and how could you avoid them in the future? What can you do differently the next time maybe a similar situation arises? F is for fool yourself or fake it till you make it. If you're plagued with doubt in the face of a burning desire to do or try something, just act as if you feel completely different and go for it. You have nothing to lose. If that seems too drastic, at least assume a neutral stance that, hey, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, and if it doesn't, it's not going to be the end of the world. Fear is temporary, you guys, but regret lasts forever. G is for gather yourself. Take a look at the situation as objectively as you can. Gather your thoughts and redirect your attention to next steps. As a wise person once said, the same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the egg. It's what you're made of, not the circumstances. Tap into your inner strength and direct your attention to what's next. What's in your control right here, right now. All is not lost when self-flagellation kicks in, you guys. Try these 7 methods to help with those ugly thoughts and develop your own anti-self-flagellation practice with the things that work for you. Now, if you're still riding the struggle bus after trying these methods, or you just want some extra help like this, you can check out my $7 course on overcoming negative automatic thoughts using the link below. You can just take a screenshot and cut and paste that link into your browser from there. There's no cost or obligation, and no personal information whatsoever is required just to watch a brief video of me talking about how negative automatic thoughts block us all and what you can do about it. Then you can decide if you want to partake in the class. Listen, guys, don't be so freaking hard on yourself. Remember, the mom in E.T. had an alien living in her house for days and didn't even notice. Cut yourself some slack, and I'll see you next time.